all, Health Guru here. Let's talk about resolving family drama. Our closest family members can form a lifelong social support system. These are our mothers, fathers, and siblings. They can celebrate our highs and give us comfort when we're at our lows. Even so, disagreements and misunderstandings are bound to happen. Minor conflicts between family members are normal. They typically resolve on their own or with some constructive dialogue. But other conflicts can be much more significant in cases where resentment and toxic patterns arise. Family interactions can become lasting sources of frustration and tear relationships apart. Difficult family relations can take on many forms. You may have an overly critical dad who makes you feel anxious, or perhaps a sibling's jealousy is a constant source of tension at family functions. Or maybe you believe a new in-law's controlling behavior leads to unnecessary drama. These turbulent family relationships can have long-lasting effects on your health and well-being. We have all experienced family drama at one time or another. Maybe we didn't get along with our siblings, or a parent disapproves of a choice you've made. Or maybe it's something more significant, like a substance abuse issue, a divorce, or family members not approving of aspects of your identity. Family drama is often complicated by the natural power of dynamics. Parents versus children, children versus parent, older child versus younger child. These power imbalances come from financial dependence or cultural practices. Growing up in a family with lots of drama, dysfunction, or unresolved issues can impact our mental health. If we don't learn how to deal with our family issues, they can impact our self-esteem and our ability to form other healthy relationships later in life. Even the best of families go through hard times, and in those painful moments, it can be hard to think clearly. While you may ultimately need to make some tough decisions, there are some things you can do to try to contain the damage. When people are going back and forth, things can get lost in translation. It's important to make sure that the problem doesn't originate from some simple miscommunication. It may be hard to do if tempers are flaring, but seek clarification about what's really going on. Be open to hearing the answers, even if you disagree with them. One person's facts or truth may be different from someone else's. If you learn to listen, you might even be able to find a common ground. Family conflicts can be stressful and emotionally charged. In some families, issues can be worked through with open and honest communication. But in toxic families or dysfunctional families, working through conflicts in a healthy way may seem impossible. If you are struggling with an unhealthy family dynamic, there are some techniques you and your family members can try to break your current cycle of conflict and find healthier ways moving forward. One strategy is to reframe the challenge in a way that allows for multiple perspectives to be expressed and understood. While it is understandable that each person wants to have their viewpoint validated, this can lead to a focus on winning the argument rather than actually reaching a solution. Instead of viewing an argument as you versus your family, try to view it as you and your family versus the problem. The view that you're all on the same side can help de-escalate tensions and make it easier to find a fair compromise. You may feel like you shouldn't fully express yourself during a conflict. Maybe you've been taught not to show your feelings. Maybe you want to spare the feelings of others. Or maybe you think if you keep quiet, the fight will end faster. But if you are not honest about what is happening for you, which can take some time and self-awareness, this approach could lead to more conflicts down the line. When sharing your feelings, it is helpful to remain calm and respectful and focus on the issue at hand. In times of stress or in families with unresolved issues, small disagreements can quickly snowball into full fights. Fighting can become a way for people to express anger about bigger issues without actually getting to the root of the problem. Learning when to argue and when to step away can keep the focus on the immediate conflict that needs resolving and may prevent more issues from arising. In families with lots of unresolved issues, sometimes one argument can bring up past feelings that have been kept bottled up. Similar to learning how to pick your battles, learning to keep on track can help you stay on the issue that is relevant to the situation without getting sidetracked by other unresolved issues. Taking time to understand other people's perspectives and staying focused on the topic rather than letting the discord spread into other areas of your relationship can really help. One way to handle heated topics is to plan for each person in the conversation to have a set amount of time to speak, say 3 minutes each, and to go back and forth for either that set amount of time or for as long as it is needed to get their feelings and perspectives out into the open. You can even set a timer to be sure everyone has structured time. While someone is sharing, it's important that other participants stay quiet and listen. This can be difficult to do when tensions are high, but when the aim is not to win the argument, but to better understand one another and find solutions, having uninterrupted time to both share and really listen can really help. If you find yourself just waiting to respond instead of listening to understand the other person, take a moment to bring yourself back to the present and to the core question that needed to be addressed at the moment. If you feel that the discussion or argument has strayed from its original point, or if you and the others involved are too upset to listen calmly, it may be best to step away and revisit the topic at another time when tensions aren't so high. It's understandable to feel angry. Step back and try to understand what led to this estrangement. If the door opens, you will be in a much better position to reconcile. If there's a chance to talk with your loved one, listen with an open heart, even if you disagree. Look for the grains of truth and be empathetic with your family member's pain rather than getting caught up with the hurt and anger. If you do begin communicating again, you will be in a position to learn from the mistakes of the past and work toward an improved relationship. Put your efforts into changing yourself, not your family member. If things don't get any better and nothing you've tried has helped the situation, you may have to redefine your relationship with that family member. Yes, you are related, but that doesn't mean you must live with a lifetime of misery. You may have to stay away from each other for everyone's sake. A toxic dynamic doesn't help anyone. It can be painful to cut ties with a relative, but sometimes it's the best thing you can do. With time, you can try to work towards repairing things, but in some cases, it never happens. When family conflicts arise, it can be really painful and disorienting. But if you can try to keep a level head, you might improve the outcome. Ultimately, you deserve to live a happy, full life. But if being around certain people interfere with this, you will have to make some difficult decisions. As you work through an uncomfortable period, remember to keep your head up and practice self-care. You may have made mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but you're just as deserving of love and acceptance as anyone else. Never forget that. It's often hard to remain objective about family drama. Every family member brings their own point of view, past experiences, and unresolved issues into conflicts. If you try some conflict resolution scenarios, but the conflicts stay unproductive or one-sided, or if they escalate to a more harmful or dangerous behavior, consider bringing in someone else who can mediate a conflict. This can be another family member or family friend, or even a therapist who specializes in working with families. Talking issues through with a third party can provide a neutral perspective and keep the conversation from escalating. One final thought. One of the best ways to stay on the right track in dealing with difficult people is to remember that on some levels, you are difficult people. It's okay. Somewhere in your life, somebody found you hard to work with. You've been the problem. It's hard to admit, but it's true nevertheless. If you can remember all the times people have had to show you grace and understanding, it will go a long way to helping you find the grace and understanding to show others. So now that we know better, let's do better. Okay, everybody, it's time for movement. Come on now and join me. That's right. That's right. Just follow me. Yeah. You looking good. That's right. Yeah. Do it. Keep it up now. That's right. You looking good. You looking real good. That's right. We don't have far to go. Come on now. Do it. Keep it up. Yeah. We're almost done. We're almost done. That's right. We don't have far to go. Come on now. Do it. Keep it up. Yeah. We're almost done. We're almost done. So, how'd you do? Great. See you next time.